perks and hot picks of crowdfunding, where you'll discover the latest solutions to everyday consumer problems. Here now, your crowdfunding intelligence reporter, Mike Hayes.
Okay, I'm back now with Ariel Beery, who's got an Indiegogo campaign for MobileOCT.com. Ariel, welcome.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
Well, as you know, we cover the hot perks and hot picks of crowdfunding. And we like to tell the public about innovative solutions to everyday problems they probably don't know about, and innovators like yourself that are doing something about it. So tell me about what you're up to with MobileOCT and Indiegogo.
Well, thank you, sir, for this opportunity. We use mobile phones to detect cancer. Our focus is on providing opportunities for those 5 billion people around the world who have access to phones but not to physicians, to be able to check their loved ones or themselves, and in doing so save their lives.
Now, this has global implications. Tell me about that. This is really a mission, isn't it?
That's right. So we started off as a company that knows how to detect cancer using normal digital cameras. But we decided that our focus was going to be to save as many lives as quickly as possible. And so we specifically focused on cervical cancer. Cervical cancer is the #1 cause of cancer death for women in low-resource settings, even in the United States and other areas in the developed world. And that's because in areas in which you don't have access to a physician and to pap smears, the only way that somebody could check for cervical cancer is with the naked eye. That is, they use a speculum, they look at the cervix with a flashlight, and in doing so, they have to ascertain whether or not the woman needs treatment. Because of that, you have over 250,000 women dying every year of a disease that if you catch it, in the first 5 years of its development, you can treat it for less than $28. So it's a shame that so many women are dying of a disease that, if caught early, could be immediately and quickly and inexpensively treated. And that's why we developed the tool that we did. And the campaign that we're raising for is to provide those devices to volunteer-based organizations that do cervical cancer screening for women worldwide so that we can save hundreds of thousands of lives.
Tell me a little bit about the medical team behind you.
Sure. So we have a great team of biomedical engineers. My co-founder, Dr. David Levitz, has 12 years of tissue optics experience. His specialty is in using light to discern the difference between cells, and in doing so, be able to look at healthy cells versus cancerous cells. We have optics engineers, computer scientists from Carnegie Mellon University, from Madison in Wisconsin, and some also from Mexico. And our physicians are gynecologists from some of the largest institutions around the world: Scripps Medical Center, University of Pennsylvania, St. Francis Teaching Hospital in Hartford, Connecticut. Some of the greatest folks that are dedicated to enabling women, no matter where they are on the planet, to be screened so that their lives can be saved.
Now, even though you have lived in New York City, you're now in Tel Aviv.
That's right.
And crowdfunding is a worldwide event.
That's right.
I've covered it, and when I was with NBC Sports, I covered the Olympics, and covering crowdfunding to me is kind of like covering the Olympics now. It's all connected. Right. It's kind of become the internet of everything and everywhere. And what kind of perks do people get for supporting this effort on Indiegogo?
Sure. So our campaign's a little bit different than other technology campaigns. That's why we've put it under health. Okay. And it is a health project. And so you can support it, so you can sponsor a device to send it to someone. But there are perks that are associated with not only sponsoring a device to send to a physician in the field, but also to get first access to our skin cancer screening device, whose the prototype's going to be ready for trials in the fall, and the device itself we expect to ship a year from now.
Tell me a little bit about the vision for the company. Tell me the future, assuming you're going to be successful with such an exciting and an important cause. What's the big picture?
Sure. The big picture is that any person anywhere who has access to a mobile phone will be able to screen themselves or their loved ones to save their lives. As anyone who knows somebody who has passed from cancer And I certainly know way too many people who have been claimed by that horrible disease. If you catch cancer early, you can treat it. You can save that person's life. But if you don't catch it early enough, it's very, very difficult to roll it back. And so we believe that everyone has the right to screen themselves and to catch cancer early. And we're going to be doing that using that most common of implements now, the mobile phone. So we're starting with cervical cancer because that's where we can save as many lives as quickly as possible. We're going to be going to oral cancer because that's an increasingly dominant killer, then to skin cancer, anal cancer, and to other areas of the body in which an optical fiber can do screening.
And what's your financial goal? How long has your campaign been up, and where are you at the moment toward that goal?
We've been on the campaign for the past 4 days. We are only raising at this point $25,000, which will sponsor 100 devices to go to volunteer-based organizations in countries around the world.
And where are you at the moment?
We're at $5,000 at 20% of our campaign.
Very good. Okay, so if you'd like to support Ariel and his innovation, you can do so at Indiegogo, or the easiest way is to just go to MobileOCT.com and you can connect to the Indiegogo campaign and support the exciting work that these folks are doing for solving cancer around the world, really.
Thank you so much.
Ariel, thanks for joining me here on the Hot Perks and Hot Picks of Crowdfunding.